Welcome back, gamers, and today we have an exciting topic to discuss, and that is the upcoming release of Starfield. And the purpose of today's video is just to go over the minimum PC specs that you will need to have a smooth gameplay, and I will also be going over some of my personal recommendations. This will be based off the Starfield PC requirements provided by JIBB. I will also be leaving the link for the JIBB website in the description below, so if you do want to refer to it at a later date, it will always be there. Without further ado, let's jump straight in.
According to the scanners, the abandoned.
The first section of this video will be based around the minimum requirements, and then the second section will be based around what I recommend, and then I will touch a bit on the third section just about consoles and what I would recommend. Just go a little bit over that. To fully immerse yourself in the vast universe of Starfield, it's essential that your PC meets the minimum requirements, because you want to have a smooth gameplay, and you don't want to really bring down the resolution if you don't need to. You want it to run smoothly. So what I would recommend as a minimum is an Intel Core i5-6600K or AMD Ryzen 5 1400. Both of these processors are capable of running most modern games smoothly, especially when paired with a capable graphics card. While they might not offer the highest level of performance in demanding titles, they can still handle popular games with a good frame rate at a moderate setting. So like I said, it's just, it's not obviously going to be the highest spec you're ever going to get, but I still think it's a really good starting point, just so you can have a lot smooth gameplay. It's also really good for just general computing as well, and yeah, I just think that's the minimum you kind of want to aim for. Now let's move over to the graphics card. So graphics card I recommend for a minimum requirement is the NVIDIA, hope I've said this right, NVIDIA GTX 970 4GB or AMD Radeon R9 290 4GB again. A bit like the processor, this is just a really good minimum requirement, and this can handle most modern games at 1080p resolution with respectable frame rates. It may struggle with running the most demanding titles at higher resolutions or maximum settings, but for the majority of games it can deliver a smooth gaming experience. So a bit like the processor, it's just a really good minimum requirement. If you're maybe on a budget or you're trying to get a PC ready before the game comes out, but you haven't got too much to spend, then yeah, this is kind of a good aiming point as well, to give you a really smooth gameplay with the new Starfield game. Now let's move over to the memory side. So what I would recommend as a minimum requirement is 8GB of RAM. This is really good for 1080p performance. It can handle some multitasking, but if you're just going to be playing the game and you're not going to maybe have a chat window open, or you might be recording, it should be fine. Obviously the more you're doing at one time, then the more RAM you're kind of going to need, but if you're just solely playing the game, then 8GB of RAM will be more than plenty. But if you do want to maybe you want to record, or you live streaming, then maybe 16 to 32GB of RAM would be better. But if you're just playing the game, I cannot see 8GB being a problem. So now let's move over to the last component, the storage. So the minimum requirement you kind of need is 60GB of free space, and that is purely just to download the game with the initial game and all the other software that come with it. You probably will want more storage, because let's say in a year's time they release some DLC content that you want to download straight away, then you're going to need the space. Obviously the more space you have the better, but a minimum is 60GB, and that's purely just to physically download the game and all the assets that come with it. So that's what I would recommend, but the more space the better, basically. Now let's move over to the second part of the video, where I just go over what my recommendations are to have a really good, smooth gameplay at a good resolution level. So the processors that I would recommend is an Intel Core i7 9700K or an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X. These core processors would be more than plenty to have really smooth gameplay. They're also really good at multi-functioning purposes, so this would be really good if you're maybe want a live stream whilst you're playing, you want it to be smooth and not jittery for your viewers, or maybe you want to record some videos for YouTube and you just got a lot of stuff going on at one time. Then I really recommend these two processors. Can really give a really good resolution as well, as long as it's paired with a really capable graphics card. So these are two good processors that I would recommend. If you want to go a little bit higher and you want to have like a Intel i9 core processor, then you can do that, but I can't see needing any more than Intel Core i7. So now let's jump into the graphics card. So the two graphics cards that I kind of would recommend is the NVIDIA GTX 1070 8GB or AMD RX Vega 56 8GB. Again, these two are really good graphics card that will give you a really good high resolution. Not only that, they will give you good resolution if you're playing VR, which is obviously a bit more demanding. So these are two that will be really good. Obviously these aren't the most expensive ones. You can go a lot higher, and if you do that, then obviously your graphics will be a lot better and performance will be a lot better. But I think these two are like a really good ones to go for. If you're happy to spend a little bit more than the previous two, then these are two I would recommend. And like I said, with the processors, be really good if you're like streaming or doing videos, so they can have the best resolution for the viewers as well. Now let's move over to the memory. So the memory I would recommend would be 16 gig to 32 gig. Like I said before, 8 gig would be plenty if you're just solely playing the game, but if you want more, if you want to be able to like talk, maybe have a chat with your friends or record it and live stream again, then I recommend 16 gigabyte, but 32 would be really good. I can't see you need any more than that. So that's the amount of RAM I would recommend to have a good running PC for the Starfield game as well. So now let's go over to the storage. Don't really need to talk about much about the storage because I kind of already covered it with the minimum requirements. But just storage, you need 60 gig, just enough for the game, and the more storage the better, but just enough to download the game, all the assets with it, any additional software you may need, and just if they do release DLC in the future, just the more storage the better basically. But yeah, that's kind of what I recommend if you want to start making a PC before the game comes out, or upgrade your PC. I'm upgrading mine at the moment, so hopefully in about a month's time I should have a lot more powerful and a lot more smoother PC. So yeah.
You can choose crew members, and yes, you can completely customize the look and layout. There's loads of different models.
This is section 3 of the video. It's just a quick one just to go over the console that I would kind of recommend. Unfortunately, it's not coming to PS5, so it's pretty much just going to be an Xbox and the PC exclusive. But pretty much the latest Xbox will be perfectly fine. It's the next gen console, so I cannot see it being an issue on one of those. I think that is the only thing it is coming out on, so I don't believe it will come on any of the old ones. But yeah, I can't see it being an issue on console. So as conclusion, there you have it, gamers. We discussed the minimum PC specifications required to play Starfield and my personal recommendations for upgrades based on the official requirements. Investing in these upgrades would be undoubtedly enhance your gaming experience and allow you to explore the depths of space like never before. As always, be sure to check out the official Starfield PC requirements provided by Chili Blast, which I will leave a link in the description for the most accurate information. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel for more gaming content about Starfield or Fallout or any kind of Bethesda news. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions or want to share your thoughts, please leave them in the comments section below. Until next time, happy gaming, and may the stars be ever in your favour.